All right, second video. When it comes to manifesting and focusing on my goals, it's really important to put a disclaimer out there that given the circumstances of all that has transpired with me, and this is my personal story, my personal testimony, when it comes to all the jobs that I've worked at in the last 10 years, 11 years of my life, I'm extremely careful with jobs that I apply for, jobs that I work at. If it doesn't align with me and I have some sort of feeling, I have an inner knowing, intuition based off everything that I've been through, things that I've learned, things that I've cultivated, red flags, I go with it. I walk with it, because we live in a world right now, a systematic world built around not taking accountability. You have to put yourself in circumstances, whether that's where you work, personal life, friendships, or whatever, where you recognize that you have control of your reality. You have control where you work at. And if things don't morally align with you, there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to be somebody's doormat or scapegoat or to be continually talked down to or taken advantage of. Nobody does. Nobody deserves that, no matter what the narratives they want to shape in the background. Nobody does. Period. Period. Dot it. Move the page. Say what you want in the back. I'm going to say this up front, and it's just the truth. And that said, when I apply for, generally speaking, I'll apply for like 2 jobs every day. And in the course of the last 7 or 8 months, I've probably applied for 20 jobs. And 3 of them have offered me jobs. One of them was just straight chaos. The other one didn't make sense in the correlating events of the interviewing process and the things that they were saying. And so red flags were posed. And then the other one first told me I didn't get the job. And then like a week and a half 2 weeks later, I had already taken the job at the company I'm at now. Told me that I could have the job, but it was a different job that I didn't even interview for. So, call it what you may. But these are some things like when I go on Indeed, I've had a hard time with Indeed. I've applied for many, many jobs and they disappear. All right. So I generally will find a job on Indeed and then I'll go straight to their website and I'll apply for it there. And I generally won't hear nothing back. It's all a part of it, but here's some examples that I have found when you're looking at the descriptions and red flags that I see. Call it, again, take away with what resonates. I know everybody needs a job. I know there's no perfect job. I 100% know that, and I love working. I love working with the general public, but I am not going to continually put myself through HELL so other people can coerce and create schemes around me in an unfavorable work environment because they think it's going to make me do XYZ. I'm so sick of it. Like here we are 2-3 years later and it's still same crap, different day. I have control of my life. And they may have control of other things, but like I did Uber Eats yesterday. I'll figure it out. And I'm blessed for the job that I have now, but it's one of those things. Customer service, emphasis on personality over professional boundaries. This is, I'm not going to put it on blast, the particular local company, but they had verbiage explaining the job. And these are some red flags that I picked out with my little chat GBT. Customers, emphasis on personality over professional boundaries. Customer service personality, i.e. get along easily with others, team player, low stress environment, don't suddenly change your availability. Red flag, overemphasizes on getting along with others often makes codependency, lack of structure, or tolerance for toxic dynamics. That's a big one. Lack of structure and toxic dynamics and toxic environments. Risk your professional boundaries might be challenged or dismissed under the guise of team harmony or being fit. Vague but high expectations. Staff are constantly busy, not a desk sitting position. There is a lot moving around. Red flag. Phrases like this downplay the physical and mental demands, potentially underpreparing you for the labor intensity while denying future complaints. Risk. May become high output, under supported environment disguised as low stress. Control over your availability. Please be honest about your availability. Don't suddenly later change it. We wouldn't want someone driving far just to work for a few hours. Red flag, rigid scheduling expectations for a part-time job and guilt-tripping language suggests a controlling culture. Risk, your personal needs and boundaries could be met with resentment and retaliation. Know a little something about that. And again, I know it's a give and take. I perform, I know my responsibilities for every job that I work at, and I perform it times a trillion. And it's put me in unfavorable positions because I've been taken advantage of. And I just won't do that anymore. I'm not fighting for a buck. I'm not going to kill myself for a buck. I don't need a lot of money. I'm not here for money. I'm finding my peace without money. I already walk in abundance. You know what I mean? And it just sucks that it's like this, but this is the world I live in. This is the world that's been so graciously created around me, given the circumstances of what I face in my work world environment. And nobody can tell me otherwise, and that's why I'm fighting for justice. I just want a peaceful life for myself, for my son. I want to be left alone. I want to quit with the madness in the back that everybody keeps pretending it's not happening. It's 100% happening. Everybody knows it, and I shouldn't be here. I get it. Why didn't I off myself? I'm sorry that I disappointed a lot of people with that. It's crazy that people wanted me to take my life. I find that to be a little crazy too, but here we are. You know what I mean? I don't know what to say. When you live in a world where people are banking on your downfall, but your downfall being taking your own life, that's just freaking crazy. My dog wants to come in. Come on. Come on, ladies. Come on. Gang's all here, guys. Social media requests. If you have social media, feel free to include it. Not required, but a great shortcut to help us get to know you. Red flags. This raises concerns about privacy, inappropriate pre-employment screening. I've seen a lot of that, especially for someone who has experience targeting online. That part. Risk. They may form biased assumptions or monitor your personal life, blurring professional boundaries. That part. And it's really easy to do that in the state of Florida. Being state of Florida is a no-fault state. State of Florida is built for businesses, not for the employees. Hands down. Vague growth promises. Though this is part-time, it could lead to full-time down the road. Red flag. This is a non-committal, carrot-dangling phrase often used to extract more work without follow-through. Risk. You could be given more responsibilities without additional pay and security. I fight that every day in my job right now. Every American in different ways is fighting that. Taking on more responsibilities without pay. It's the American way. Emotionally loaded language. I know, I read all through that. When I saw that, I was like, it's not even grammatically put together right. As long as you're a team player, really low stress, just don't change your availability. Language. Like this indicates they may prioritize emotional compliance over ethical structures. That's a big, big, big part of it. Emotional compliance over ethical structures. I run on ethical. And it's hard to find that. Gaslighting and scapegoating may occur if you advocate for yourself and express discomfort. I see that all over. Unclear chain of command. There's no mention of manager, high HR, escalation process, red flag. Informal or family-run workplaces, conflict resolution and accountability are often lacking. That is straight facts. When it comes to a family-run or small, company that's faith-based, there's lack of accountability. hands down. And these are all nuggets for entertainment purposes only. I hope everybody has a great